Hi everybody, welcome to my Instagram live on your 2019 dating plan. Well, it's my 2019 dating plan, but I'm gonna share it with you so that you can have a plan to meet your man or your woman this year. There's so many people who've come to me saying, I'm tired of dating the way that I did last year and the way that I dated the year before. And so if you're still single and you don't want to be, you got to do something different. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing the same way again and again and expecting different results. So if you want to get a different result right now, if you want to be in a relationship in 2019 and it didn't happen for you last year, or you weren't in the relationship with the right person, then these 5 steps I'm going to give you today will totally change your dating life. And just even having a plan for dating. I know a lot of people think that doesn't really sound sexy, a dating plan, but I can tell you, I've been coaching singles for 13 years and I have written hundreds of profiles. I have coached hundreds of people through how to date, how to flirt. I'm a match dating expert, just doing an IG takeover of their account right now. I also have, I've hosted 2 television shows on this topic on love and relationships. So I know what I'm talking about, people, and I really want to help you because I'm just, it makes me so sad to see so many opportunities for a connection being wasted and people being so exhausted and frustrating with online dating, dating apps, being ghosted and all that. So if that resonates for you, stay with me because I have the steps to the dating plan. And I also have a checklist that I'll give you in the end. If you email me, if you go into my Instagram page and you just click email, that'll take you to Damona@DamonaHoffman.com. Email me and I'll get you this checklist so that you can actually put this plan into action as soon as we're off of this. And so don't forget to email me because you really want this plan. And you know, for those that don't know my own story, I am not only the dating club president, I'm also a member because I was once really frustrated and exhausted with dating, as I know many of you are. And I felt like I was doing everything. I know a lot of you that are joining me here live, you feel like you're doing something, but a lot of your energy is being wasted. And when you really hone in on a plan to meet your man or your woman, things happen differently. So I was working with a coach who helped me get really crystal clear on the kind of guy that I wanted to meet. I called my dating plan Operation Date Nice Guys. I'm not even joking. I know it sounds really nerdy, but we realized that the kind of guys that I was dating, they weren't the right guys for me. And they weren't treating me well. They weren't on the same path, the life path that I wanted to be married and have kids and a family. And so I created this dating plan, Operation Date Nice Guys. Your dating plan may not be the same thing, but I want you to get clear on what your dating plan is so that you can really implement that. And it's not just implementing it for a couple days. A lot of times people say to me, oh, I tried Match, I tried online dating. I was on Tinder, and I ask them how long they were on Tinder, and they say for about a week, and then I got burned out, right? So, hi, Polly. Hey, Joey. Hey, Marilyn. I know you know what I'm talking about. Everybody has done it and said that they tried these different avenues, but then you didn't give it your all, right? You didn't really commit to it. So any of you who have changed your behavior, maybe been on a diet or started a new fitness regimen, it doesn't happen overnight. You can't go to the gym for a week and say, well, I did something, I tried to lose weight and it didn't work, right? You can't say, I'm on a diet and have green juice for breakfast and then a salad for lunch and then eat a Big Mac and fries and say, why am I not losing weight? And dating is the same thing. And I've just seen over the last 13 years that I've been doing this, that when you commit to dating and you create the space in your life for a partner and for dating to be a priority for you, things change very quickly. And you get the same kind of results that you get in other areas of your life that you commit to. So I'm going to give you now the 5 steps of my 2019 dating plan. And I want you to make me a promise here, okay? Shane, I want you to make me a promise. I want you to do something from this plan. Do at least 2 things when we get off of this class. I want to make sure that you're not just listening to this class and being like, I know what you're talking about. That sounds really good. I want you to actually implement these changes. So if you could just type in the chat for me, I promise, Damona, I'm going to do one thing. I promise I want my life to change. Promise me that you're going to do something. And again, email me for that checklist at the end. And my email is right there on my Instagram. No excuses, y'all. So Damona at DamonaHoffman.com. I will help you out. Okay, here we go. You ready? The 5-step dating plan. Mindset. Step 1, mindset. This is the first place that I always take my clients through. And I also coach people one-on-one. And we go through the same step. And it's like rinse, what do you say? Wash, rinse, repeat, okay? So first, we gotta get clear on the mindset. What are your predominant thoughts about dating? How are you feeling about going on dates? Are you saying, I'm really excited about the opportunity to meet someone, or I'm really curious about someone's story? Or are you saying, I'm freaking exhausted. I am so tired of being single. There's no good guys in this city. All the men here are jerks. All the women here are idiots. Whatever it is that you're saying that's limiting your chance of finding love. Because you better believe, if you show up and you are not in the right mind space, if you are feeling that negativity before you get to the date, what do you think is going to happen when you're sitting across from that person? That might be your dream person. But if you aren't in the right mind space, you're not going to make a connection. And that's a big problem that I see happening today. People are going on the dates, people are chatting, but they're not making the connection. So the next question I want to ask you about mindset is, how clear are you on the person that you want to meet? Do you have a laundry list of 20 qualities that this person must match? Do you have any vision? Most times when I ask people who do they want to meet, they don't really have a clear idea, or they say, I'll know it when I see it. Don't wait to see it, because then you will not know it when you see it. You're going to overlook it like you have again and again and again. And so I do encourage my clients to do some visualization and really get clear on who is that person and how will it feel to be with that person and to have that person in your life. And what are your must-haves in a relationship? What are your deal breakers? I'll give you one deal breaker. What's one thing you cannot live with? And what are 3 things that you must have? Those are the things that you're filtering for. And that leads me to my second point, which is sourcing, okay? We gotta get a lot of dates in the funnel, okay? If you're not going on enough dates, then you can't say, I haven't been able to make a connection with somebody, or I'm really picky. I hear that a lot, right? I'm really picky. But if you're really picky, it might mean that you're screening people out too aggressively, and I'll talk about that in a minute. Or it could mean that you just haven't even had enough qualified dates to be able to figure out what you want and whether or not somebody matches up with you. So sourcing is a big part of the 2019 dating plan. And just for those of you who are just joining us, thank you for being here. Just as a repeat, you can get a whole dating checklist that will take you through all of the steps of my dating plan and make this really clean and easy to follow just by emailing me, Damona at DamonaHoffman.com. And I am gonna open up for Q&A in just a minute at the end of the call, but you can email me if you want a copy of this dating checklist and this dating plan, and we'll get you on track. So sourcing, okay, you ready? This is the big thing. We need more dates in the funnel. Are you on a dating site or dating app? How many times have you gotten offline from your dating site or dating app in the last month, say? And I talk to a lot of singles. I have thousands of people on my mailing list. I've been doing this for 13 years. Most people, when I ask them, how many dates were you on in the last month? They say, none. How many people are you chatting with on Tinder or Bumble or another dating site or dating app? Oh, like 3 or 4, right? That's a waste of your time. Time is your most valuable resource. You're never gonna get any more of it. So who you choose to spend your time with, or who you choose to chat with and waste your time with, and by the way, thank you for spending your time with me. Who you choose to spend your time with really matters. And it does take up your time if you're chatting with people that you're not actually getting offline, getting into the real world and meeting up with. So we're really pushing forward to getting offline and into the real world. And if you are not on a dating site or a dating app right now, I can tell you, you are automatically decreasing your chances of making a match. If you look at the numbers, there are over 100 million people worldwide using dating apps. 100 million. So that tells you that's where the singles are. Now, I'm not gonna say you have to only be dating online or on a dating app, but I'm gonna teach you in a minute how to date more effectively, because if you're feeling dating app burnout, you're not doing it the right way. And we wanna go to where the singles are, because that's going to exponentially increase your chances. Thank you for the thumbs up, Marilyn, and welcome, Ernie. So, okay, Tinder, that's where a lot of the singles are. But if you don't have a profile that's really drawing the right people in, you're gonna feel like you're wasting your time. You're going to get a bunch of hey girl messages in your inbox, and you're not going to get offline with anyone. So I have the 3 C's are my my 3 guidelines for any dating profile. And your photos now are the most important part of your dating profile. You've probably heard me say that before, but I've been saying it for 13 years, since the beginning of online dating, but it's never been more true than it is today, because think about how you're using Tinder. Nobody's reading. There's not even that much to read in the bio. So you have to tell your story through your photos, okay? So the 3 C's are color, context, and character. Color. Color, you have to think of not from the point of view of I'm single and I'm a great catch and somebody should know how wonderful I am, and if they don't want to message me, then forget about him, right? How many of us have said that? You have to message from the point of view of the person that you're trying to reach. What is their experience on the dating app? Well, it's sort of like yours, right? You're swipe, swipe, picture, picture, swipe, swipe, picture. What gets you to stop swiping and sit up and pay attention to somebody and actually go through more of their pictures and actually read their profile and then actually chat with them when you match? Well, you have to first think about stopping and grabbing their attention. So that primary photo, A, has to be banging. It has to be a really great representation of who you are, and it has to really have color that stands out. And think about red. Think about a stop sign. You're saying, stop, pay attention to me, look at the rest of my profile. So you're strategically putting yourself ahead of all the other matches that are there in the swipe. Or, you know, it's same thing with a dating site. If they do a search on Match, they're going to see you in a list of other options and all of these little thumbnails. You want to be the thumbnail that pops out. So use color for that. Context is telling your story. Telling your story through your photos. Remember I said a minute ago, nobody's reading anymore. Don't judge them for that. You're not reading either. You need to tell what you're about. Show your lifestyle. Don't have a bunch of pretty pictures. Have pictures that really give context and fill in the details of your life. And then the 3rd C is character, and this is the one that most people miss. Character is your personality. It's the other side of you. It's that quirky side of you. It's the thing that makes someone say, this isn't just a match. This is the match for me. This person really, it would fit in with my life, and this is who I'm looking for. There are a lot of pretty people online, and I know you're gorgeous. I know you're gorgeous. I see your photos right there. I know you're gorgeous, but there's a lot of gorgeous people online. But it's that connection of feeling. I'll tell you a story, actually. I had a client who was really into cosplay. Not my thing, but maybe it's your thing. I don't know, really was her thing. And she was really into Comic-Con, and I thought, well, There's tons of guys at Comic-Con that love fantasy and sci-fi and all the things that you're into. So you better believe when I did a profile for her, I had a picture of her at Comic-Con that really showed that this is, and it's authentic. Like, you can say anything in your profile and say like, yes, I'm really into skiing. I'm really into basketball. But like, if you haven't skied or played basketball in a while, you don't have a photo that shows you doing it, can I really believe it? So if you have the photo, then that's really telling your story. The third C, character. So color, context, character. Those are the 3 C's. And you need to send messages. You just have to send messages. And I'm talking to the ladies and the guys right now. I know the guys are used to sending messages. And believe me, you're going to get not that many responses. The average response rate is around 20%. Okay, but you have to treat those messages like coins in the fountain, I always say. And think about this, like you toss a penny in the fountain and you make a wish. And if the wish comes true, it's like, great, my wish came true. But if it doesn't, are you still thinking about that penny? It was just a penny, right? So treat the messages that you send on a dating site or dating app kind of like pennies. Like toss them in, make a wish, hope that somebody responds to you, but don't get caught up in it. Don't get overwhelmed by it. And I'm gonna open it up for Q&A in a minute, but I wanna get through all of the 5 points of the checklist first. Again, if you are just joining and you want to get the checklist, you can email me, Damona@damonahoffman.com, and my email, click the email button on my Instagram. When you'll get connected right to me. So you need to send messages. Women, guys aren't getting a lot of messages. So just the fact that you're landing in his inbox, I'm talking about traditional dating sites right now, the fact that you're landing in his inbox, you're going to increase your chances exponentially. Match says you'll get 5 times the rate of response if you're sending the initial message. What would that be? 5-fold? I'm like quintuple your chances of making a match. There you go. I'm not a mathematician. So send out the messages, and I have a really simple formula. Just comment on something that you see at their profile and follow it up with a question. That's all you have to do. The question should be something that is an open-ended response, not a yes or no. Something that requires a little bit more engagement, and then you're engaging them on a topic that they're already interested in. So why wouldn't they write back? And if they don't write back, I always say, rejection is your protection. Yeah, rejection is your protection. So that means if that person didn't like you, you're like, hey, thank you very much. More room for me to find the right person and not invest in you, not be stuck in a chat with you when you weren't that interested in the first place. Okay, on sourcing, you also need to source offline as well. So get out of your normal routine. And when we're talking about forming a new habit, we're talking about creating a plan, you really need to commit to it. I said that at the beginning of this class. So committing to it means giving it about 30 days of consistent effort, okay? 30 days is the length of time, the minimum length of time it takes to form a new habit. So when I do a dating plan, I'm not asking you to send messages every day for the rest of your life. I'm not asking you to go to a different grocery store or singles meetups or a bar every night for the rest of your life. I'm asking you to do it for 30 days. You can do anything for 30 days, but it's 30 days of consistent effort. So try during the next 30 days to actually change your orbit. Go to a different gym, hang out with different friends, go to different restaurants and bars, and actually talk to people, initiate conversations. Again, I'm talking to men and to women. Initiate conversations. It doesn't have to go anywhere. Again, treat them like those pennies, those coins that you're throwing in the fountain. Okay, step 3 on the 5-step dating plan, screening. Screening. If you're getting enough people in the funnel, then the next thing that you need to do is figure out who's a match for you and who is not. And one key element that I've been telling my clients for a long time, this is like my secret hidden recipe to online dating success. Do a phone call before the first date. Everybody now just they're just in the chat and messaging, and they're texting, and then they get to the date and they're like, oh, that person wasn't what I thought they were, or they don't have anything left to talk about, or they just find that it's not a match. You can tell a lot about somebody just from hearing their voice on the phone. It's also a second level of filtering. So I'll talk to the ladies for a second. If you tell a guy, oh, I'd love to hear your voice. I'd love to chat with you before we set a date. I'll be home tonight between 7 and 9, or I'll be available tonight between 7 and 9. Give me a call. And he says, cool, and then he doesn't call. What does that tell you? Not that interested. So that's information that helps you screen and see how is this person going to show up for you. And then how much of a connection do we have on that phone call? And keep it really short, like 10, 15, 20 minutes. A lot of people ask me, can I do FaceTime? You can do FaceTime, but are you going to show up for FaceTime like with makeup on or a pretty dress or however you would dress for the date? Or are you gonna show up like in your pajamas with a chicken wing in your mouth? So you only get one chance to make that first impression. I wanna make sure that that's your best foot forward, okay? So try the phone call. If you haven't tried it, try it, see if it actually changes it, see if you get ghosted less. And don't spend too long on that first date. For those of you who are fans of O Magazine, I am featured in the February issue. I coached one of their editors for an entire month, and so I gave her like the condensed version of my 3-month dating plan that I do with my one-on-one clients. I did this 30-day plan for her, and you'll get to read her story. You can find it also online on omag.com. But one of the big things, one of the big sticking points for her was my first date rule, and that's keep it short and sweet. All you need to know at the end of the first date is whether you are curious enough to want a second date. So don't put too much pressure on that first date, and don't overstay your welcome. You want the energy to end on a high note. You want it to feel like it's in the middle of the date so that there's something more left to be revealed, because you want to get to the second date, don't you? So that's another screening element. Just figure out, do I want to go on a second date with this person? That's all you need to know. Step 4 on the 5-step dating plan is presentation. First of all, you got to look like your photos. If you're on a dating site or dating app, you must look like your photos. So don't be afraid to be weird or nerdy. If you're like into cosplay, that's fine. But show your body. And okay, wait, not bathroom selfie, shirtless selfie, none of that. But I mean like show what your body looks like. And there's a body type out there for everybody. So I was just watching the Nicole Byer Comedians of the World comedy special on Netflix. And, she talks about, like, she's a curvy girl. And there are guys that really love that and that find that really attractive. So don't sell them short, but don't misrepresent who you are. And trust me, if you only have like little headshots like this, he can tell that you're hiding something, right? And the same thing for guys. I gotta talk to the fellas for a minute. Guys, like, do your best. Show up and do your best. Really have photos that represent how you would show up to a date, the best you, the kind of you that you think would really attract a woman. I can't even tell you how many just half-assed, terrible profiles I see from guys. So if you're gonna just throw up a bunch of pictures from your Facebook or Instagram, whatever integrates with your dating app, and you're not really gonna write anything, or you're gonna be like, I don't even know why I'm here, or just looking for friends, just trying to hook up, whatever you're saying, I don't really care, I'm not really trying to make a match. You're telegraphing that out. Why even bother? Just save yourself the time. If that's the profile that you're gonna do, don't even do it. But if you really want to make a match, you're here for the 2019 dating plan, right? So put in just a little extra bit of effort and leave enough in your profile that somebody actually can make a connection to you specifically and not just respond on your photos. So last thing about presentation, when you go on the date, there's some easy ways to build chemistry and to really present yourself and to show that you're interested. Body language is a big factor of that. I actually have my 5 first date flirting tips that's on my story and also on Match's story right now where I'm doing a IG takeover today. So you can get some really detailed tips there, but the top 3, I call it have sec with them. Not sex, sec. So that stands for, it's an acronym, it stands for SMILE. Smiling lets them know that you're having a good time. And hello, Renata, hello, Virginia, hello, Baby Blues. So you want to look like you're having fun, because if you're having fun, then they're like, well, I must be pretty interesting. I'm going to really turn it up and make sure that they're having a good time because I'm having a good time and we're all having a good time. So smile. It's free. It's free. And sometimes it feels weird to smile, like when you're listening. We want resting smile face, not the other face. Resting smile face is what we're going for. The E stands for eye contact. I know, like duh, but people forget. And especially like as everyone is stuck in their phones, we're not making good eye contact. So make eye contact, really show that you're interested. And the C stands for casual touch. Casual touch means really breaking that fourth wall of I am interested, but we're not gonna move too fast. So notice I said casual touch. So this is like, oh, playful bat of the hand when your date says something funny. And I'm really speaking to the women right now because guys, it's tricky for you to break that barrier of physical touch. For guys, the most I would do is maybe a hand on a woman's back, like as you're walking to the table. High on her back, not low on her back, if you know what I mean. High on her back. And see how she responds. Really pay attention. If you touch her, does she kind of pull away? Or does she melt into your hand? Really pay attention. But women, once you break that fourth wall of contact, that lets the guy know, oh, okay, I actually have a chance here. But you don't want to go too fast, too soon. So make sure you're really pacing it out on the first date. Just that, keep it casual, have sec, but not the other thing. The 5th step on the 5-step follow through, and then I'm gonna open it up for Q&A, and I'm totally down for any questions that you have about dating and relationships. Hello, Derek, welcome. Follow through. This is like, it seems like a no-brainer, but this is where so many people get caught up. We go through the other steps of the process. Yes, I have my mindset right. Step 2, I got a lot of options. I have my sourcing right. Step 3, I'm screening properly and I'm on dates with the right people. Step 4, I'm presenting myself correctly and the people that I'm going on dates with want to see me again, and then follow through. Whoa, that's where a lot of people are messing it up. How many of you are in a chat with somebody right now that you've dropped the ball on a few times? What is the point of keeping the chat going if you're not actually going to move offline, move into the real world, move into a relationship? It's just a time waster. So you're either in it, you're either dating in it, or you're dismissed. And it's okay to not have a connection with someone. I just had a client yesterday who told me, or 2 days ago, who told me that she was on a call with somebody and she could tell from that call, she didn't really want to spend an hour with him on a date. It really felt like it wasn't going anywhere. And she was freaking out about what to say to this guy to let him know that she wasn't interested. And guess what? She got a text the next day saying he was not interested in her. So she spent all of this mental energy worried about what was going to happen next or how to get out of this conversation, or should she even go out on the date with him. She wasn't sure how it was left, and he didn't want to go out with her. So follow through. If you're not interested, let them know. If you're interested, let them know. And this comes from the end of the first date. If you know that you're interested, there is nothing wrong in saying, hey, I really had a great time. I'd love to see you again. We're all playing it so cool that nobody knows where they stand anymore. Interest is a big driver of attraction. You'll see that in my match story. So express your interest and really follow through. Don't drop the ball. Communicate. Share where you're at in the dating process, and don't be afraid of your own feelings. But close the loop, because if you are keeping threads open with a lot of people, think of it this way: you're diminishing your energy for that right match that is out there for you. When you're chatting with all of those people and you're trying to juggle 5 different dating apps and you've got messages coming in this way and that way, and you're not paying attention to any of them, you're not making a connection. You're not moving things forward to the relationship. So pick the number of apps that you can really focus on, chat with the number of people that you can really engage with, and let all the other ones go to the wayside. So those are the 5 steps on the dating plan for 2019. I'm gonna open it up for your Q&A, but I wanted to just make an offer to you. I'm offering you an opportunity to work with me. Merch Luis, this might be your opportunity here. This is actually a program for women, but you guys can email me at any point. I do coach singles in a variety of different programs. So email me. My email, Damona at damonahoffman.com, is right there on my IG. And if you're a lady, I have a program that's starting on Monday. And this is called the 30-Day Dating Playbook. You'll remember I said it takes 30 days to form a new habit and to really commit to a change in your life and to see the change happening. And I'll tell you, I had a client that did this exact program last January. And she was like, I'm trying to meet my man. I want to be married by this time next year. And I said, I'm going to try my best. I cannot make any promises, but I'm going to try my best. And she did this 30-day dating playbook program. By the end of the program, she was dating somebody that she wanted to see exclusively. And just a few months later, in June, they got engaged. And this past November, they got married. So here she is, a year from doing this program, and she is in the life that she wanted to have. So it can happen very quickly if you're willing to put in the effort. You said you promised earlier that you were gonna do something. So this is a chance for you to get personalized attention from me. You get 4 weekly audio classes that are really designed to jumpstart your love life and kind of expound on a lot of the things that we talked about today. There are weekly audio and video and written supporting materials, and they're really gonna supercharge your dating experiences, because you cannot do it the same way that you've been doing it before and expect things to be different. I've been doing this for 13 years. I have dozens of marriages under my belt. Not my own. I only have 1 marriage under my belt. But I have helped so many people through this process. So I really want to help you and give you all the shortcuts. Because if you're doing it and you're floundering and you're frustrated and you're overwhelmed and you're burnt out, you're not doing it right. So let me just tell you, there is a right way to date, and I'm gonna tell you how to do it in this program. You also get 1 month of email coaching, and this is only right now in the 30-Day Dating Playbook Live. So if you go to my website, damonahoffman.com, you'll find the 30-Day Dating Playbook there, but it won't have the month of email coaching with me, and it won't have all of these bonuses. There's a profile starter kit. Hi Bonnie, welcome. So many people are like, Damona, I don't know what to write in my profile. So I just made it super easy. I just took the guesswork out of it and made like a plug and play template, which you just fill in the blanks. It's sort of like those Mad Libs, except for you actually put in like real things about your life. And then it makes it really easy for you to write your profile without the stress. And then I also have tips on which photos to choose to really bring those pictures, the profile to life. Another bonus you're gonna get is the Smart Speaker Series. This is one of my favorites. I pulled together all of my favorite love experts for a panel series, and we cover a variety of topics on dating and relationships today. So we have dating apps decoded. I have some of the top online dating experts that join me for panels and talk about what are the tricks, like what are the tricks for messaging? Which kind of emojis do you want to use? How do you really make a connection on a dating app and then move off the dating app into the real world? We touched on it a little bit today, but this is like a deep dive. You get clear communication over text, Tinder, and Facebook. We talked about how do you message. It's a deep dive how do you really message? How do you really make a connection? And if you don't know how to text and flirt, hi, Jonathan. If you don't know how to flirt and text in today's world, forget about it. You're not getting to the first date. You're not getting to the second date. You're stuck. You're in neutral. You have to learn how to text effectively, but you don't want to stay in the text or the Facebook Messenger or the Tinder chat or the Instagram DM forever, right? You've got to figure out how to move things forward, and so we talk about that. We also talk about how age, race, and religion affect relationships. You probably noticed I'm a little bit tan. I come from an interracial relationship. I also come from a cross-religion relationship. And I find a lot of my clients have this very narrow view of what their partner should look like, or what their background should be, or what age they should be. So we talk about how we might have some limiting beliefs about age, race, and religion, and how opening that up might change your dating possibilities. So there's a lot of stuff in the program. All of that stuff is over $1,000. But then also, if you sign up today, and if you email me to get the checklist, I'll send you the link for that. So email me Damona@DamonaHoffman.com, and the link is also in my IG. If you also sign up today, Friday, what is this, the 11th? I'll also give you a private coaching call, a 15-minute private coaching call with me, directly with me. Hello, who is this? Yes, it's Damona. And we're gonna go through your dating plan, and we're gonna tailor it just for you specifically. So I'm gonna open up for Q&A. TLACED has a question. What suggestions do you give when you're making it to several second dates? How should you communicate that? Wait, is that the whole question? Let's see. Questions from story. I'm gonna put up a little sticker here. If you're making it to several second dates, I would say, how do I get this Q&A? Post a question sticker to your story. You could just type it in the chat, because I don't know how to do this question sticker. But if you're making it to several second dates, first I would say you're doing something right. So pat yourself on the back for getting to the second date, but then I would really try to figure out, well, where is it going wrong? Like, look for the patterns, and this is what I do a lot in my dating plans. Where are the patterns? Have I revealed a certain thing about myself on the second date time and time again, and then they disappear? Do I change something from first date to second date? Did I stay a lot longer on the second date? Because a lot of times when you stay too long on an early date, and when I say early date, I mean first, second, third, when you stay too long, then a lot of times you reveal something about yourself. You develop this false sense of closeness that you wouldn't otherwise, that you shouldn't have that early on. So I still like to keep the second date pretty short, like hour and a half-ish, maybe 2 hours. Definitely don't go to 2 locations. On the second date, you're still getting to know each other. So we want slow love. Dr. Helen Fisher talks about slow love, and how research really shows that if you space out the interaction and you let the relationship develop slowly over time without physical intimacy too early on, that's another question, like, is there physical intimacy on the second date? If that's coming in too soon, you cut off your chances of really getting to know each other on a deeper level. Now, don't say Damona, but Damona, I know so many people who had sex on the first date and they're married. My cousin, that happened to them, and they've been married for 20 years. Yeah, you're going to have exceptions. Those are the exceptions and not the rules. Hello, Julie. Hello, PKA. Those are the exceptions and not the rules. So why hurt your chances of making a connection if you have somebody that is really great right there in front of you? Why not wait? Why not space it out a little bit more and get to know each other and just hold the intimacy for a little bit? So email me if you want the checklist, if you want to know what all of the steps are to the 2019 dating plan. I'm gonna make it really easy and digestible for you. All you have to do is email me, Damona@DamonaHoffman.com, and I'll send you the checklist. And if you want to work with me on the 30-day Dating Playbook Live, when you email me, I'll send you also a link to sign up. And if you want to get that early action bonus, I'd love to work with you. I'd love to like talk with you directly. Not that I'm not talking to you directly now, but I'd love to hear your voice. Remember, the phone call is important. So I'd love to hear your voice and help tailor the dating plan specifically to you. Okay, and then here's the kicker. I said it's all over $1,000 worth of materials that are designed to get you on track to love fast within 30 days. I'm giving it to you for $197 right now. So if you think about all of the dates that you've had that have been a complete waste of your time, that you got a blowout, you got your nails done, you valeted, guys, you're thinking about how much you've spent on dinners. And this program is just for women, but please email me, guys, if you want to work with me. I do have coaching programs for men as well. But if you think about all that, you've wasted far more than $197 in the last year on dating. So your time is precious, your funds are precious, so I want to conserve them and get you on the right dates so that you're not wasting time and money on the wrong dates, okay? So 5 p.m. today, that's when the doors close on the early action bonus, and then the program begins on Monday, 30-day Dating Playbook Live. So email me, Damona@DamonaHoffman.com. Click the link in my IG, and let me be your dating coach. I would love to help you on the road to love in 2019. You could be in the same place as my client, Jasmine, who is married today after doing this program a year ago. Thank you so much for joining me. It has been so much fun having you on Instagram Live. And hey, if you like the IG Live, DM me and tell me what you liked about it, and I'll do more of these. I love joining you live, and I'd love to hear more about who you are and what your dating challenges are so that I can help you fix them in 2019. Thanks for being here.